Hello and welcome to another MCO market update on Bitcoin as Bitcoin is pushing to all-time high territory. Don't forget that this guy, Laszlo, bought two pizzas 15 years ago. I think it was 15 years ago today. Yeah, he bought two pizzas for 10,000 BTC. Let's all remember it. Um, yeah, crazy how far things have come, right? 10,000 BTC, can you imagine? But that's today, 15 years ago. Just fun fact. Okay, now Bitcoin pushing to new all-time highs, of course. I mean, if you watched previous videos, then you kind of were prepared because we're following the yellow pathway primarily here for higher prices, and the next main resistance. I'm talking about like daily chart resistance. Okay, there are many smaller degree resistances along the way, but the main resistance area, there's an area of confluence here around 120k, 120, 121k. That should be a big one. So we'll see if the market can get there. That's still the idea, right? I mean, you see here on the daily chart the pathway to 130k. I'm not saying this is going to be the maximum, but it's been my target for many months, even years. I doubled down on that, I think in November, December, to highlight that 130k is still the ideal area of confluence. Can go higher, no problem. And depending on the microstructures, it probably will. But that's kind of let's say, the area of confluence that I've been watching. So it kept us bullish. Now, looking at the daily chart then, as I said, we're likely moving up here in this internal third wave. That is a third wave of a C wave. And we're pushing higher, and 120, 121k would be the next milestone for the bulls to reach. Yeah. So what I want to do before diving into the microstructures, I want to talk to you about Bitcoin dominance. So first of all, 120k next, then 130, then we take a step back and see where we are. In some of the next video updates, we can talk about the bigger picture again, and talk about things that could play out after we get there. But for now, this is enough, right? It's still a distance away. What I want to do is Bitcoin dominance, then the short-term chart. So let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance, and it's still kind of pushing. So we're still here in this resistance area. I shared this one with you, this wave count, several times over this week and last week. And the idea was that this might have been a top. It might have been a top here around the 7th of May. We had a potential 5-wave decline into the 13th of May low. This is 4-hour chart, so it's not the bigger picture. And we see a bit of a choppy corrective rally to the upside. That's at the moment the thesis. Yeah, I mean, don't focus so much on the microstructures here. I'm just trying to make sense of this. This isn't really, I mean, we do this, I don't want to say for fun, but we do it to identify tendencies. You can't really do micro counting with Bitcoin dominance, but you can identify areas of interest like this resistance area, yeah, and the larger resistance area, which you see here in red, to which the price reacted on the larger time frame. But basically, we could still get another high here, I would say, in wave C as an ending diagonal in the wave 2 corrective rally. And the next resistance levels are 64.75% and 65.11%, 78.6 retracement, and the 88.7 Fibonacci retracement. I'd say what we need to focus on now is we need to understand that the local trend is still up on Bitcoin dominance. I mean, to be fair, it's been moving sideways from all of this week, okay, all of this week, and but the pullbacks have remained corrective in nature. So what we need to understand, what is the last swing low that is really of relevance? And I've marked here this B wave low because normally when we break below the B wave low, that's a good indication it's topped. Now we could raise this level a little bit, yeah, maybe as a key level here, use this one at 63.3%. This is a level that needs to be broken to the downside for a first indication of a top, I would say, okay? And then obviously the previous B wave low, and very important, the May low. And this is located around 62%. So short-term trend still up. Bitcoin's still the boss, absolutely. I would expect the altcoins to catch up at some point, but whether they will really outperform Bitcoin in this cycle, I'm not sure. Short-term, maybe. But this typically happens very, very quickly when the altcoin euphoria starts. So let's take a look at the short-term chart for BTC. Thanks so much for watching the videos on this YouTube channel. If you've been thinking about joining MCO as a member, now might be a great time. You can use the link in the video description and apply the discount code right below it. You will get 50% off your first month of our Gold membership, and you can explore everything we offer. It's the easiest way to test the membership, see if it's a good fit for you, and get a feel for the community, join the conversation, and I'm looking forward to meeting you in our member area. Here the market, it's super choppy, right? It's super, super choppy what's going on here, but that's because we're likely moving up in an ending diagonal here in this internal fifth wave. I mean, the microstructure hasn't changed from the last video. We talked about this as a wave 4 pullback, which should find support here between 109K and 110.5K. The market is pushed to a new all-time high today, not really... well, here, yeah, and then we saw the pullback and another rally, but this is still quite choppy. So I'm not convinced yet that we are in the breakout. Bitcoin is certainly attempting it, but the initial move up that you see here from the intraday low was only in 3 waves. So that means the third wave would also have to be a 3-wave move, which keeps it all messy and choppy. So therefore, the support area hasn't changed. It still is relevant, yeah. It is still relevant. It could easily be tested again. So let's put that onto the chart with a question mark. Could easily be tested. It might do it right now, actually. Hold on. Could easily be tested again. Or we're just getting a higher low here. So because wave 1 would be an ABC. I mean, I've run out of wave degrees, right? But you see it. It's a 3-wave move up in wave 1, which means the third wave would also be an ABC. So, it might do something like this. A wave, B wave, C wave. Essentially, that means you have here this as a short-term key level, the swing low that formed around 110.5K. Below that, the wave 4 extends, but should hold above 109K. So the 109K level for me is still the main level that keeps the overall uptrend alive that we're currently tracking. So yeah, that's the update on Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.